Good night and welcome to the Entrepreneurial Assistance Center MWBE webinar series. This is the second webinar being conducted in the series, and tonight we're going to talk about the MWBE certification with New York State. So it's like the certification 101 with me tonight. It's going to be presented by myself, Kenya Harvey. I am the course project coordinator and MWBE consultant at the center. Tonight's agenda, we're going to start talking about Article 15A of the executive law. It's a disparity study created to, create legislature for the program, MWBE program. We're also going to talk about the MWBE eligibility requirements and talk about how, the process for applying for MWBE certification, and also talk about the benefits. And then we'll save questions for later. So if you have any questions about anything that I'm talking about in the presentation currently at that time, feel free to throw it in the chat or put it in the Q&A and I'll address it later on. So first off, we're going to start talking about the disparity study that was conducted in 2016. So the study is a requirement of the Article 15. The 2016 disparity study found statistical evidence of underutilization of MWBE in the state contracting arena for prime and subcontracting participants. They found that for primes, 32.54%, there was disparity for 32.54%, and in non-construction, 13.84%, and construction related. Subcontractor participation was high at 28.84% in construction and low at 22.96% in non-construction. The disparity was bigger in prime contractors that provided construction related services, such as architects, engineers. The study recommends the state to continually utilize Governor Cuomo's 30% MWBE participation goal, and for the New York State to enhance efforts to engage and support MWBE contractors.
Kenya, I think you are mute. Kenya.
Yes, I see that. Oh, sorry. Okay, so did you hear the last slide, Jay?
I think you missed one slide. I think you missed one slide.
Okay. What do you let me do that? Can you hear me, Jay?
Yes.
Thank you. So Article 15A of the Executive Law was signed into law on July 19, 1988. This law created provision of minority and women's business development. Their goal is to promote employment and business opportunities on state contracts for minorities and women. Under this law, New York State agencies are charged with establishing employment and business registration goals for minorities and women. Article 15 amendments as of January 1st, 2020. The governor signed a new MWBE law on July 15, 2019 that extends the MWBE program to 2024. The personal net worth also increased to 15 million with a 1.3 million threshold to increase the certification application. So if your net worth does not exceed 1.3 million, we will need to add an attachment to the application. But if it does, you will need to include that attachment working with the new application. The recertification period also changes from 3 years to 5 years. Provision of minority and women's business development in the MWBE mission is to promote equality of economic opportunities for MWBE and to eliminate barriers to their participation in state government. Their key objectives are to encourage and assist state agencies to award a fair share of contracts to MWBE. Also, review applications by businesses seeking certification and maintain a directory of certified MWBEs. They're also charged with to promote the business development of MWBEs through education and outreach to New York State agencies as well as MWBE. There's an MWBE upgrade of the next one, okay? So the MWBE Forum 2022 is going to be conducted in October. It's going to be in December. It's going to be in a month that they're using. So the MWBE Forum is especially great for networking, procurement opportunities, and access to capital sessions, and many, many more for MWBE certified businesses. At the forum in 2001, Governor Hartson had announced that the New York State exceeded its target goal for MWBE utilization over $3 billion. And at this forum, there may be other announcements, hopefully that it exceeded the $3 billion. But for you, it's going to be held at the date is October 6th through the 7th, and it's located in Albany at the Capitol Center. To register for this event or to view the pricing, because there's different tiers of pricing based on your level of participation in the MWBE or as you want to have a trader there, through an agency looking to reach for MWBE, it's different prices. For questions, you would contact the MWBE help desk or there's the customer care center at 212-803-2413. So let's jump into some of the eligibility requirements for the application. So again, we're talking about Article 15A of the Executive Law. Any for-profit firm that is at least 51% owned and operated and controlled by citizens or permanent Canadians who are either a woman and or a minority is eligible for the certification. Below is a list of minority groups who are eligible to apply for certification. So we have Black persons having origins in any of the Black African racial groups. We have Hispanic churches of Mexico, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, Central or South American descent, or either Native American or Latin American origin, regardless of birth. We have Asian specific persons having origins in the Far East, Southeast Asia, or the Pacific Islands. We also have Asian Indians and Latin persons having origins from the Indian continent. Native American persons having origins in any of the original places of North America. So if you're from these origins, you are eligible for it. out-of-state MWBE certification eligibility requirements. So, again, we talked about ownership, operation, and control. All firms seeking MBE, WBE, or MWBE certification must be independently owned, operated, and controlled by minorities and minority members. The ownership must be real, substantial, and continuous. And the minorities and the woman members must exercise the authority to independently control the day-to-day decisions. Under the current Article 15, the personal net worth, POW of the individual certification is relied upon cannot exceed 3.6. Reauthorization of Article 15A increase the personal net worth cap to 15 million and authorizes the director of the MWBE to establish by regulation additional P&W limits on an independent basis. In addition, exclusions to the MWBE calculations have been expanded to exclude the need to report ownership of holding companies established to lease machinery, equipment, or vehicles to the certified business. Also increase the tax value of retirement savings from 500,000 to 750,000. Eligibility requirements continue, and also they must be independent, active, and in business for 1 year. The firm must operate independently of other firms, and they must demonstrate business activity, and generally the business is required to be an operation. Out-of-state applicants, firms is to be currently certified with an MWBE in their home state, should they have the same process. And before applying for the MWBE certification, firm must be registered and authorized to conduct business in New York State and have a presence in New York. All applicants must have the authority to do business in the state from the state of New York, Department of State, prior to applying for certification. There's a small business restriction. So the certification is for small businesses, which means the firm cannot exceed 300 employees, either full or part. And for more information on how to become authorized to do business in the state, you would go to the Department of State, Division of Corporations, or you can give them a call at 518-473-2492 or email at corporations@cos.state.ny.us. So we're going to talk about some of the mandatory and required documents that are needed for verification, depending on your business structure. So for a sole proprietorship, you have a machine certificate from the county clerk's office, and you'll need the most recent year of business access. Or if you're a proprietor, most sole proprietors, you're doing the individual, the person. Put report the business income in the business taxes, either or 14 years. For partnerships and LLCs, again, you still need your affiliate certificate from the county clerk, operating or partnership agreement, and the IRS form 1065, which says the 21 tax.
Tanya,
Yes.
you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, thank you. What slide was that you figured I did?
The last slide in this one.
So, again, this is the slide for the New York State eligibility requirements. So, again, the firm must be independent, active, and in business for 1 year. The firm must operate independently of other firms. They must demonstrate business activity, and generally, the business is required to be in operation for 1 year. Out of state, so if your business out of state, located out of New York, the firm is currently certified as an MWBE in the state that they are located. They have a certification program there. And before applying for MWBE certification, the firm must be registered and authorized to conduct business in the state of New York and have a presence here as well. All applicants must have the authority to do business in New York by the New York State Department of State prior to applying for MWBE certification. So the certification is for small businesses. It is a small business restriction. The funds cannot exceed 300 employees. Or more. And for more information on how to become authorized to do business in the state, you can go to the Department of State, the Big Corporation, or you can give them a call at 518-473-2492, or email them at corporations@bos.state.ny.us. So the next mandatory and required documents are for people 2019. So for sole proprietorships, you will need your assumed name certificate from the county clerk's office. And you will need your most recent year of business taxes. Now, as a sole proprietor, some sole proprietors may need or report business earnings in the personal taxes. That's fine as well. For partnerships and LLCs, you will need an assumed name certificate from the clerk as well. An operating or partnership agreement with IRS Form 365, which is schedule page incorporation. So there may be some shareholder agreements, rules, your bylaws, corporation bylaws, if you are a corporation. If you are LLC, you will use our operating agreement and your articles of incorporation. IRS Form 1120 and 1125A, as well as the W-2s, and the IRS Form 365 for this. So we're going to talk a little bit more about mandatory right back. So proof of citizenship and gender, your birth records, U.S. passports, military records, green cards, business documents, so including the NYS 45 form, 133 loans and credit agreements, and we need that as well. Your lease to where business is conducted. If you have a mortgage, you can provide the mortgage statement or the deed. Supply agreements with the like vendor that you have some type of service from you to operate your business. Partnership and LLC. Then we talked about also, I do want to talk about the professional background. So your resume. Your resume is needed on this in the application, but I do suggest you update it before uploading it. So your resume should have your current business information on it as well. So in addition to your work history, owning a business, running a business is type of employment as well. So I don't have that on the resume. Also, your professional license, if a license is needed in your industry, you will need to provide. If you don't, I suggest you look into getting it before something as well as anything else or certification. They're all within the if you have them in your business. So let's jump into the application. The New York State contract system is where this application will be open, completed, and submitted. The link is here, www.newnycontracts.com, or go to Google and search New York State contract system. Once you are on this screen here with the city skyline in the back, you will go to certify or recertify with New York. Click on that tab, and you're going to choose option New York to create a profile. Once you create the profile, you're then able to get back into the application to start a new application. So getting started creating complete in the profile, and also it's also about the public profile. So why is a vendor profile important? Because it acts as an electronic business card. It's accessible to clients and other firms and state agencies. It also may lead to potential business opportunities. So what you should do is to be sure to put your business information up to date and create the profile. Any business can have a vendor profile regardless of the certification status. But creating the profile is not the same as the certification status. So once you create the profile, you do have to go to the other to open up the application for the screen. So the certification application process. Know your supporting documents. gather all the documents before starting a new application to avoid the delays in the process. Any delays in this application. Also, know your nasal codes. These are very important. They represent your business activities before. Okay, and also, once you open this application, you must know whether you want to do this electronically or you want to fax or mail in the document. I strongly advise electronic upload, only because it will be more efficient to have the application get done and submitted and received in a timely manner with everything else. So, sometimes the faxing or mailing the documents, things get lost or misplaced. So to avoid all that, I strongly urge to do the application. Also, once you do open the application, monitor the date of deletion. Once you open the application, you have 90 days to complete the application. Once the 90 days is up, the application is deleted from the system and you will need to start a new application. The only plus about that though is that the system does save some of the information that you put in the application previously, so you don't have to use that, input that information again. It'll be there once you open. Now, there is a new process for review. There's a new centralized process that program is utilizing. So so phase one, right? When you submit the application goes to phase one, application info. During this phase, they're ensuring that the criteria for the certification is met and all the documents that the application is requesting are submitted with the application. Phase two, the documents are verified. Additional documents may be asked for if they need more clarification. Phase three, compliance fee, your basic codes. So those basic codes that you put in the application, if you provide the supporting documents to support that code, you may end up with it. You should get those codes, right? But if there are codes that you cannot provide proof of activity for, you may not get. So at phase three is the time where the codes will be assigned to you. So it depends on what the background, right? Phase four is when the decision comes, the outcome of the application is decided. So sometimes the application could be held up in a phase, right? Depending on the documents. Maybe they have to reach out to you for more documents in phase three. And then depending on your time of returning them, it's all delaying in the process. So when I say, when you open the application and if you need me to help guide you through with the documents, feel free. You need to become a client in order for you to do that. But yeah, make sure all the documents are there. The supporting document checklist can help guide you through it. I just fall back to Bible, can help you through the application. Mandatory supporting documents. So when the application is open, there's going to be some documents in there that you're going to need to download, print, complete, and notarize. The certification affidavit is one. It's in the application. And we have to download button, click on it, and you can bring this form right up. The attachment A for your personal network. So this is your this attachment A is an affidavit where you notarize saying, what your network is calculated to do. Now, the attachment B, we talked about it a little bit earlier about your personal financial, it's a personal financial statement worksheet that must be completed to the application if your network is 1.0. Now, if it doesn't, this does not need to be uploaded. It doesn't need to be the NASA code. So the NASA code, what's the NASA code? The NASA code is the North American Industry Classification System. NASA is the standard used by federal and state agencies in classifying business establishments and the goods and services they provide. The code selected must represent current business activities for sure. Activities must have been done over the last year. Codes for activities not yet performed will not be approved. Codes, but they cannot be updated later. So if you complete the application, submit it, and then later on, you think of an activity that you would love to be, you know, added to the application, and recognized as an activity that your business provides, you can go into the application and do an but you will supply proof of the activity, right? So a signed agreement, an invoice, and check cleaner, you know, so that you got paid and so. Okay, so every question must be yes. If you don't have the requested documentation for an answer or question, you should get it. If you can't get it, you prepare it. Write an explanation that you cannot provide the documentation on company letterhead. Sources of capitalization. This is a big thing. Okay? Because the source of capitalization is a must, right? And you must provide the proof of the capitalization. So, business owners can use the following sort of investments as a source of capitalization. So here's a quick funds used in your personal savings account or your personal accounts to pay for company equipment or personal vehicles. Let's say you use your funding to buy vehicles for the company. So it's more about you, what you put into the company, what funds you're using, you know, personally to see this business run. The business registration fee, so like when you first register your business, there's fees involved. You pay that out of your pocket so you get the business going. So that's a source, right? That filing receipt that you got from the property state, or even with that you paid to the county purchase office. Those are all sources of capitalization. How about real estate? Did you purchase someone, you purchase land to operate? Did you, you know, did you have to pay, you know, to rent the place to get the business started? Did you have to purchase inventory? You had to use the personal financing off the ground. How about your expertise in the industry? Depending on the industry, you come into the business with a knowledge that will help this business. Right? Knowledge provide a service to help others in that field, right? So again, you can use the expertise as a source. So even if you don't have any of the others, you know, depending on the industry, your expertise can be it. The importance of a business subscription. Business subscriptions are very important. In this application, the business subscription is so in a business description, your business description is going to act as if it's like your marketing material. Right? So you want to be very deep and you know, not leave any of your services out. Right? So below is an example of what a business description will look like and should look like. Right? I'm just going to say it here to hear from the screen. Our firm specializes in providing, I'm sorry, the example says, I provide environmental consulting services. I see a lot of descriptions, in fact, one sentence in the application. And I always tell the client that we need to work on that because there must be something in there that else that you like, you want to be prescriptive as much as possible so that you don't lose any of your service. So the example on the bottom is the one that I would suggest going with. Our firm specializes in providing terrestrial, ecological, environmental services. Our primary areas of expertise include flora, fauna surveys, biological inventories, wetland delineation, rare species surveys, and habitat suitability assessment, vernal pool surveys, invasive species identification and mapping, habitat like community evaluations and mapping, bird surveys by sight and sound, species monitoring using unmanned aircraft ID. Wow, right? That is very descriptive, right? So like, I mean, there's things in there that maybe Like if I was a buyer, now seeing this description here includes everything that you do, right? You didn't leave anything out. So it was an opportunity for, let's say, bird survey. You know, that one sentence at the top did not say that. You know, so that would have made, you know, a buyer just, either have to give you a call, inquire more, depending on their time and the meeting of emergency, or let's look for the next. But you don't want to be, throw out on any opportunity. So I just say be very detailed in this area of the application. It's a marketing tool for your business. It's on the, it'll be posted on the directory for certified MWBE for the buyers to speak of products. Fast track application. So New York State based firms certified by the County of Erie and City of Buffalo, Joint Certification Committee, or New York City Department of Small Business Services, or the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, or New York and New Jersey Minority Supply Development Council, or Women's Residence Education Organization, certified as a disadvantaged business entity that is federally funded transportation agency. Certified as federal aid, disadvantaged business for the U.S. Department of Administration. Applicant have the application satisfied. Have your MWBE application passed. The certifications must be current and have more than 3 months remaining before the expiration can become eligible. So if you're certified with any of these counties or areas or agencies, they have to be at least, you have to have your certification for 3 months remaining to be eligible. They're going to want to see the certification from these areas, and so this would have to be uploaded to the application once you back it. So, business eligibility waiver. The waiver of a 1-year business, a 1-year in business eligibility requirement. So, if you have not been in business for a whole year and want to apply for certification, well, not, let's say, on paper, right? You've not been in business for 1 year, but you've been doing business before you actually formally apply. You've had clients, you've got paperwork, but you just haven't had that 1 year mark on paper. You can request a waiver of 1 year in business activity. So, but you're gonna have to request this in writing. The time in review, I mean, I'd say the decision was already approved. But let's know that the decision on the price on the case. So if we need to obtain a waiver, then we are able to call the NWBE certification. And that's at 212-803-3114, or you can give them an email at nwbcertification@esp.ny.gov. Also in this application, which I call the one-stop shop, you're able to apply for certification in 3 other areas. One being the New York City Department of Small Business Services. There's an addendum in the application that you will complete and upload to the application. Now, on this addendum, on page 3, there is a vendor number that you will need to put at the top of page 3. To get that vendor number, you would visit, like I say, Google, the state information portal. Once you go in there, you'll do a new activation to complete registration for the vendor or the implement. Also, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey also has an opinion on this application that we will complete and then get notarized. And lastly, they have County of Erie and City of Rockville, joint state committee, addendum as well. So if you're able to do business with County of Erie and City of Rockville, you strongly should apply. But if it's a business that you have that maybe you're not sure if you can get there or complete work in that area, I would not put this approach. I do want to talk a little bit about the documents that they're no longer asking for or kind of being considered for the initial evaluation. So the personal and business taxes have to year. Previously, they required 3 years for business taxes. The current year business financial statement. So if ever you can actually your profit and loss statement or your balance sheet, that's in the application. Documented proof of source of capitalization of banks and investments, I check both sides. So it does both sides of the cancer check that is requested, and document proof of source. I believe I saw it, but that's still in the application. That's still in the application. Previous MWBE denial the decertification. So if you applied previously and you were denied from the state or any other certifying agency, they usually wanted that to be uploaded as well in the application, and it's not. Copies of issued stock certificates, no, that's not in there. But they know that they still can request this information for more clarification. Even though the application isn't asking, they still can react. The capability statement is a business resident. So once you apply for certification and you are certified, we're out there networking with the agency providers. They're going to ask for your capability statement. Your business resident is there. The business resident provides a brief synopsis of the business background and capabilities that is given to the agency that you're customizing or targeting, and authorities for procurement. This capability statement, I suggest you do a business logo. It should be brief and keep it short and highlight the company's core competencies, performances, differentiators, and the company's. How do you utilize capability statements to an opportunity? Right? So first, you will identify the opportunity, your authority. Then you would prepare a capability statement targeted to that agency or then you will connect the agency or once you benefits a certification, you become eligible for MWBE procurement and contract opportunities with real estate agencies and employers. MWBEs receive access to limited and bonded programs. So if you're MWBE certified and you get a contract and you need funding to cover overhead or material, there's revenue programs out there. You get listed in the New York State MWBE directory, which is accessed by state agencies and authorities that find contractors that exist. This directory vendors, municipalities, subcontractors, and their price. You also, MWBE also receive daily alerts from the New York State contract computer for upcoming procurement applications. We will have a webinar on the New York State contract reporter on September 29th. September 29th. Business plan is amazing, and we will go through it step by step on an opportunity on that side. Also, MWBE receive access to a network of services that support the out facility. Also receive invites to attend business development workshops and networking itself. One being the MWBE forum next month, They also received MWBE subcontracting. So if you're MWBE certified and say funds looking for work or a service that they're not providing, they can easily sub out the work. So it looks like that was the end of my presentation, but I do want to talk about questions. So if there are any questions about the presentation, or any information provided in the presentation, please feel free to put it in the chat. Or we can read this.
I think they may have to request permission to unmute, but I do have the ability to unmute if anybody wants to put, you know, in the Q&A that they want to speak. But right now there are no questions on Facebook.
So how about so while we're waiting on questions, I'm just going to talk about our upcoming webinars. Many of you know if you registered for the event that we have a webinar coming up on the 22nd. On that webinar, I'm going to be actually talking about the process and the supporting documents. So I'll be bringing up the documents and then we'll do each one on the webinar. And then again, I mentioned that this is going to be here to talk about navigating the New York State Drug Disorder, it's amazing and provides one-on-one support. So, again, I'm going to give a contact information for the use out, the number. Also on October 6th, again, we're going to talk about the news and how to network with them. So again, I'll have a sample of how it's like discussions on that capability statement and where to go to network with the table. We also have the MWBE series expanded and people are held on translate media. So people that may benefit from this information, please share that with them. Because they can
There's nothing in the chat, no Q&A. Facebook is clear right now too. I'm gonna give them another minute to see if maybe somebody's taking a minute to type.
Okay, someone just asked me to unmute.
Go ahead, what's your question?
I don't really have a question. I'm just learning and trying to understand everything. But, I did register for the class that starts in October.
Okay.
So I'll be more educated on what I need to do once I go through that.
Exactly. Any other, you don't have any questions on what you heard today with that? I know it's, you went through the file, but it's really like one MWBE one. So I just wanted to bring it a small connection into that presentation that making the better decision whether or not you want to go after certification or something that you can do it. I believe it's something to start if you because it's a growth.
Okay. Well, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
I think that's it. We don't have anything in the Q&A or in the chat.
And I thank everyone for coming on. And I look forward to seeing you at the next webinar.
Good night.
Thank you.